Why does it feel harder to get ahead, even when you do everything right? Good education, hard work, the right choices. And still, the gap widens. That feeling is not in your head. If pressure keeps building in society, the first question isn't who failed. It's what's built into the system itself. Welcome back to English with Bruce. I'm Bruce Han. One quick note before we continue. Here, English isn't just about sentence patterns. It's a tool for explaining how the real world actually works. In the last episode, we talked about pressure. Peter Turchin showed us how societies destabilize when elite competition, mass frustration, and institutional strain stack over time. But that leaves a deeper question unanswered. Where does that pressure come from in the first place? Not from bad intentions, not from individual failure, but from the structure of the economy itself. And for that, we turn to Thomas Piketty and his book, Capital in the 21st Century. This is not a political book. It's not a manifesto. This is a diagnosis. Piketty asks a question that sounds academic, but lands very personally. Why does wealth keep concentrating even in modern democracies? This is the skeleton in the closet of modern capitalism. Not something politicians like to talk about. Not something markets advertise, but something that quietly shapes outcomes over time. Piketty shows that inequality today is not new. It's a return to the pre-World War I world, when inherited wealth dominated society. The mid-20th century was the exception and not the rule. Here's his core finding. Stay with me. When returns on capital grow faster than the economy, wealth concentrates at the top. Not because people are greedy, not because markets are evil, because of math. If you own assets, property, stocks, businesses, your wealth grows faster than wages. If you rely on work alone, your income fights gravity. You work harder, you get educated, you follow the rules, and still, the gap widens. That's not failure, that's structure. This is where Piketty connects directly to Peter Turchin. Piketty explains the engine, Turchin explains the pressure. As wealth concentrates, elite credentials multiply faster than elite positions. More degrees, more ambition, same number of seats. That's elite overproduction. At the same time, the middle feels squeezed. Housing pulls away. Security feels temporary. The future feels smaller. That's frustration at scale. Put those together, and institutions don't collapse. They strain. This is why reading Piketty after Turchin matters. One explains why inequality keeps returning. The other explains what societies do when it does. One important clarification. Piketty is not saying capitalism must fail. He's saying unchecked concentration is unstable. Historically, inequality has fallen into only three categories: war, revolution, or deliberate reform. That's not ideology, that's history. This book matters because it changes how you think and speak in English. You stop blaming individuals, you stop arguing emotionally. You learn to explain systems calmly, clearly. If you want to understand why modern life feels tense, why effort doesn't always lead to security, and why pressure keeps returning, this is a book worth reading and discussing. If this clarified what you're feeling, thinking, and seeing, subscribe to English with Bruce. I'll see you next time.